Hello. Hi. So today I was doing in I was doing an upload a deployment of a Flask app using using Docker. So the first thing that I did was I logged into my EC2 instance, as you can see, and within that instance, the first thing that I did was I called the command for update. So sudo apt update get update. So I don't know, my console is a bit stuck, so I don't want to clear this thing. So I'll just go on and explain to you what I did. So I typed in the command of console of yum apt get update, but for some it might work for yum apt get update. But for me, what worked was yum install update. So that's what worked for me. So I think maybe that's if you get an issue with that, I think that could be what could work for you. Then the next thing that I did was, okay, first of all, I tried to just get my files onto uh, onto onto I tried to first get my files onto my EC2 instance. So what I did was I had put my things in my GitHub repo. So I copied my SSH. So that's basically my link. And then I did a git install. But the first, another thing was that I needed to have git first. So to install git, I needed systemd because I could not find some of the items that were there. So the first thing I did was I tried to install my systemd. That's first, and then I did git yum install git, and I got my git. Then the next thing that I did was git clone. So after cloning, I knew that I had my cloned files on the PC. So I now had to now install my Docker. So I did yum install Docker. So for the docker.io was not working for me, so the Docker worked, and then I checked the version, as you can see. So the first thing I did was I did a systemctl start Docker to start my Docker instance, then enabled Docker to be accessible. Then I checked the version. So after checking the version, now what I did was I know that I already have my files on my PC, right, on my EC2 instance. So what I did was I navigated to that folder that is the sentiment API. Then within that folder, that's when I did my build for Docker, as you can see here, and then I code a folder that's inside that's called sentiment API. So inside, I think you have like a Docker file, you have and other files that are there. There are templates, what. But for me, this is what I did. And then you notice that initially there was an issue here. It needed one argument. So the issue was just because of, let me see, okay. It's because I forgot to leave the space and put the dot here. As you can see, take close note of this. Yeah, there's some space and then the dot. So I had forgotten to put that. So I was having issues. You can notice that I tried it multiple times, but it wasn't working. So that kind of solves it. And then I think everything was then run successfully, as you can see. And yeah. So now afterwards, I tried to now instantiate the port. So the first thing I did was, okay, let me just go a little bit here. Then I told it to run on this port and it ran successfully. But then there was also an error that came along with it, which means that the port I'm trying to use is also being used by another service. So I tried to list out all the services running on port 80, listening to port 80. And you can see that these are all the services being listened to. But what you can notice is that it's only HTTPD that's running there and taking all the resources. So I had to stop it. I tried to just stop all at once, but then it was not working. So it failed to stop because there are also some of these files that are within my within the sentiment API folder that it was trying to also stop. So what I just went on to do is I just stopped. I tried to redo my run, and then when I noticed it failed, I also just listed. And when I listed, I now stopped only HTTPD. Then the next time I tried to run it again, you can notice that I have my I have my Docker ID here. So that means it worked. So I just went on to my console. I'll just open my console here, okay. And then I went on to copy my and then I typed as like this, and you notice that it brings out the platform. So which means this was successful. So it was really a good experience for me because I managed to be able to capture things such as like how to install Docker on an EC2 instance, how to install Git on an EC2 instance, how to update my YAM and my packages on this EC2 instance, and it was just a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. So I think I will try this a little bit more and try to also build my own project, and just go through the process of how to also deploy, even if it's not a Flask app. If it's other apps, how can I also deploy them? So I think that was it.